increase or to get promotion or to find a new job. I said in the beginning of the year, I believe it was that I believe it was the will of God for everyone to double their income over the next 2 years, I think is what I said. Hey, and we got to get to work on that. God don't just have things fall out of the sky. So I went in and put together a course for us that we're going through. These things are going to help us get pay raises. These things are going to help us enhance our skills. These things are going to help us better position ourselves in the marketplace. And I was actually working on something this morning on exactly, what it is that we do here. And I wrote it down. We're developing personal and business values in the marketplace to reign, rule, and dominate. We're developing personal and business values. I believe that as we become, in church, we've been talking about the Beatitudes, right? As we start to learn to understand how God has us positioned in the kingdom and why he has us positioned in the kingdom, it will absolutely help us get promoted. Amen. So good morning to everybody that's on. Good morning, Annie. Marilyn, good morning. Tifa, good morning. Missed you yesterday. Ray, good morning. Amanda, good morning. Good to see you. Thank you for the seed. I just pray the blessing of God over your seed, Amanda. God bless you. Good to finally meet you as well. Well, re-meet you, I should say, since leaving Revealing Truth. Good to see you. Jerry, good morning. Michael, good morning. Miss Donzie, good morning. Candace, good morning. Lakeisha, good morning. Jen, good morning. Got somebody new on, Carell Small. I think I said that right. Sorrel or I'm sorry, Miss Small. That's what I'm going to call you, so I don't mess it up. And good morning, Jeremiah. Good morning, everybody. Hey, I want you guys to put in the chat. One of the things that we started out with our Marketplace Monday. The very first thing that we did was step number one was document and set clear objectives and expectations. Set clear objective and expectations. I want you to think today. You don't have to put it in right now, but before the program ends, there's about 20 of y'all, 25 of y'all on, 30 of y'all on, however many it is. I want you to put in the chat one of your clear objectives that you want to set for the next 2 years relative to either your job, a business, something that is a clear objective in the marketplace that you would like to accomplish. It can simply be, hey, learn this, learn that, do this, do that, whatever it is. If you already have it, throw it in there. If you need time, think about it. But remember, step one was document and set clear objectives and expectations. So you should actually have a few of those at the top of your mind. Number two, second thing I want you to do, number two, we talked about enhance your skills, enhance your value. Enhance your skills, enhance your values. I want you to go in there and put something that you'd like to, a book you'd like to read, a course you'd like to take, something that you've thought about. Maybe you want to go take a pottery class. Maybe you want to start a pottery business. I don't know. But I want you to put something that you would like to do over the next year that is a skill that you could acquire to enhance. Maybe it's taking a leadership class. Maybe it's joining a church leadership class. I don't know. Don't think too deep on it, but something that you kind of thought about that could enhance your value. Okay. Like you to do those two things today. I want them in separate texts. So put the first one in, think about it, then put the second one in. Today, we're going on to step number 3, which is increase your visibility. Increase your visibility. So what is the assignment when we talk about increase our visibility? Make your work and your work contributions more visible to key stakeholders. That's it. And that doesn't mean, always trying to get in the face of your boss, always trying to get in the face of the pastor, always trying to get in the face of other people. That's not what I'm talking about. So how do we make our contributions more visible? Well, first of all, sometimes people are watching and they do notice what's going on. A lot of people, I'll give you a great example. Let me just use the church. People don't realize, like, for instance, I'll give you a great example. Jeremiah's on. I'll take the creative team. I don't shout out all the creative people all the time. Why? Because a lot of the creative people, especially with creatives, especially with music ministry people, these are people that really got to develop character. Typically people that are creators and all that, where they don't lack in the want to, the how to, or figuring out. They lack in the areas that deal with their character. In other words, pride. They want to be seen. They want to be known. That's why they are that. That's why God created that way. So with them, we got to work on letting them understand that they don't need to seek the approval of men, especially in the church. They need to seek the approval of God. So, for instance, a lot of creative people don't know that I talk to Jeremiah all the time about who is contributing what on the creative team. I'm always asking them there because a lot of them do stuff behind the scenes. So I asked Jeremiah, and Jeremiah's always giving me. Remember, I don't even have to ask Jeremiah. He'll let me know. Hey, Miss Andy did this, or Elizabeth did this, or Damaris did this, or Donovan did this. And excuse me if I don't call everybody out on the creative team. You know, but he lets me know who's doing what and how they're contributing. So at work, sometimes we don't really get an opportunity, or your boss sometimes doesn't get an opportunity. So what actions do you take to become more visible without becoming more visible? What'd you just say, Pastor? How do you take more actions in your job, in your workplace, or in your business to become more visible without becoming more visible? Well, number one, what do you mean, Pastor? I mean, you don't want to be that person that the boss knows you're always trying to stick out, but you want to make sure that the things you're doing are being understood, right? So number one, volunteer for high impact projects. Volunteer to work on cross-functional teams and departments. Sometimes there are projects going on that require different departments within your organization to work together. Volunteer. Like, for instance, if you're in the creative team, maybe you volunteer for something. And look, a lot of you folks on this are from church. That's why I'm using church as an example to hopefully get you to think about how you think about your business, because we're dealing with a lot of different businesses here. But think about it. If you serve on Ministry of Helps, maybe you want to volunteer for a project that would include the creative team, and just get into some cross-functional projects. So that way you get an opportunity for other leaders to observe you, right? So seek out opportunities, again, to work on projects that have high visibility. Have high visibility. We have special projects we do in the church. Those are the projects that have high visibility to them, right? Collaborate, again, with the different departments to showcase what you bring to the table and to get people to understand it, right? Have regular conversations with your supervisor on things that you're working on. Let them know, talk to them about it, right? Schedule regular check-ins with them. Very, very important that they understand what you're doing, right? I talked to my son about this at his job. I'm always telling my son, schedule 90-day reviews. If your company doesn't do 90-day reviews, you need to conduct your own 90-day review. Ask your boss for a 90-day review. Prepare for that 90-day review. Document that 90-day review and email it back to them. Okay. Another thing that you could do because right now we're talking about, right, making that contribution in different areas. Another thing that you could do is contribute with ideas on ways of improving the process. And mostly what you want to look at is not people are very good at giving companies more things to do. It's like in the church, everybody, well, let's go start this. Let's go start that. What do you think the key thing Pastor Nick and Pastor Franny want to do at Life Transforming Ministries? We want to make every ministry that exists today the most effective, organized, and impactful ministry that they can be. So contribute at your job on with ideas that will increase efficiency, right? Analyze current workflows. Look at how you're currently doing things and suggest improvements. Now, when you're suggesting improvements, don't tell them what to do. Talk to them about your idea and get buy-in. Well, Pastor, they might take my idea and just go do it themselves. That's okay. Stop worrying about that you're not going to get the credit. Remember, when we're working in the kingdom, everything that we do is unto the Lord. And don't forget that promotion don't come from the north, south, east, or west. What's God saying when he says that? It don't come from man. It comes from God. Do what you do with the heart of God. Do what you do with the right intention, and God is going to see you promoted. If not on that job, on another one, right? So again, propose innovative ideas, right? That will enhance the overall team performance. Okay, that's number 3. Number 4, network within and outside your organization, right? Again, I talked to you about this on another podcast. Attend attend industry events, right? Network internally, right? Go to lunch with people, with different folks in different departments. See what's going on. Listen for the problems. Become a problem solver. Schedule informal meetings with your colleagues. Like I said, take them to get a cup of coffee. Learn what other departments are doing. Learn where other departments are struggling. Learn what other departments are doing well. Ask, why are they doing well? If a colleague of yours is telling you about a department that's performing highly, they're really, really doing well, the group is getting along good, the group is being very productive, let's talk about things that they're doing good. But don't then be that person that goes and says, I sat in with Jeremiah and the creative team, and now you're talking to Dean, and they do this, this, and this. Why don't we do that? That's bringing strife. That's being negative. What you do is then you take Dean to have a cup of coffee and say, hey, Dean, I was sitting with Jeremiah and the creative team, and they did X, Y, Z. And I got to thinking, we do this on the outside of the church. Maybe if we implement this, it could make us a little bit more effective, make us a little bit more efficient. What are your thoughts on that? See, what are your thoughts on it? You always want your leader to embrace your thoughts and make it their thoughts. It's okay that you don't get that credit. It's okay that because ultimately, as you continue to improve and improve and improve, the person that's over Dean knows where things were before you got there. And they see how things move after you've been there. Think about that. When I started in the parking lot at Revealing Truth Ministries, there were 3 people. Now, I'm not going to take all the credit, but when I left there, we had over 20 people serving in the parking lot. People see that. People know, right? So you don't have to go toot your horn. Are you listening to me? As a matter of fact, Pastor Pope pulled me in and wanted to make me director over the parking lot, and I turned it down. People would kill back then to be directors. But I said, no, I supported Brian. Brian's been here from the beginning. Brian's been faithful. We should make Brian the leader of the parking lot, and I'll support him. Exactly what I told Pastor, right? That's what you want to do. You want to demonstrate yourself being a team player, and God will promote you, okay? Again, number 5, develop and share expertise, right? So you should have mentors, but you should also be mentoring somebody below you. You should be mentoring somebody below you. Number six, seek feedback and act on it. Don't always just meet with your boss to just talk about your ideas and what you think could be could be done better. Seek counsel from the person who is leading you on what are things you could do that they feel you could do to become a better, watch this, contributor to the team. Don't always make it about yourself. How can I get better? How can I improve? How can I get a promotion? How can I do? No. What is it, let's use Jeremiah again. Jeremiah, hey, I do this, this, and this in the creative team today. Tell me, in your opinion, you're my leader, what can I do to become more effective and more efficient at these 3 things that I'm doing? It's not always about taking on more. Promotion's not always about more. Promotion sometimes is about defining, right? Refining, if you will, what you're currently doing, making what you do better. If you're in the praise and worship team and you're a backup, your question to Tarshiela should be, how can I contribute more? How can I be a better backup? Well, let's say Jeremiah was a backup. Jeremiah, you sing really well, but man, you're not at practice all the time. And I need to have backups that I really can count on. People see Lakeisha sing now. They go, man, she said, man, Lakeisha was a backup for years. When Lakeisha got to the church, she didn't even think she could sing. Are you listening to me? She was scared to sing, didn't think she could sing, didn't want to sing. And now she's leading stuff, but it took years and she's stuck in there. She's been in church for 10 years. That girl's been in praise and worship ever since she's been in the church. She's never left it. She's the leader of the intercessory prayer team. She serves in kids ministry. And she serves in praise and worship team. Are you listening? A valuable asset to the church, to the ministry. Why? Because she's willing to be used. And God promoted her. Why? Because she was faithful where she's at. So wherever you're at, I want to end with this today. Wherever you're at, whatever you're doing, be faithful where you're at. Be a team player. Look for ways to improve the team. Seek ways to improve yourself that through improving yourself will improve the team and improve others. All right? I hope this one has helped today. Next week, I don't know. I'll let you know what we're going to talk about next week. I don't have it in front of me. But next week, join us next week. I think we got about 8 steps to this. So hopefully I'm going to try to get 2 steps in on some sessions. But thank you for contributing today. Thank you for what you put in the chat. Be thinking about things because I will ask you these questions from time to time just to see what the participation is like. I love you. I love you. I love you. Until Wednesday, Pastor Frank's going to be answering more questions. Until Wednesday, Pastor Nick saying, enjoy life.